So, hey guys, Chelsea here. And yeah, I felt like I wanted to talk about the Big Mom versus Kaido Sugo Fest. So, yeah, thanks to Godot for compiling all the information in a very accessible format. So, as you can see, it's a 50% chance for legends up here. That's 3 times legend rate. It's usually 5%. But I'm sure most of you are caught up to the news now, and the big news is that all legends are available except for the Super Sugo Fest exclusives, of course, since this is a normal Sugo Fest. And this is a departure because we've been using a new summoning system a lot recently. And the new system basically limits the amount of legends, but the legends who are on the Sugo all have a higher rate. The baseline is usually 0.5% chance to pull any given legend on a Sugo, but it can vary. And especially for the French anniversary, it got pretty high. Like the Sugo before the pre-Annie Sugo, they all had 1% rate each, including Roger and Odin. It was absolutely bonkers. And then we had part 1 of the Annie Sugo, 0.6% rate for any legend. The Roger and Odin debut was the same rate. And then part 2 and 3 with Sweet Commanders and Jerma were 0.83% chance to get any legends. So just insane rates overall. So I understand that many get disappointed when we return to the old system, because with the old system, the individual rates don't go high. At least historically, I have read that a lot of people are hoping that they will do some form of hybrid where at least the debuts will get 0.5% rate, and maybe the selected legends a bit lower, and then the other rate boosted legends a bit lower, and all other legends are very low rate. And yeah, I'll agree with them that something like that would be perfectly fine. Like, the best part of the new system for me is that it's realistic to pull the new legends or the legends you want on the Sugo. Like with the old system like this, with the race from that system, you most of the time rely on step ups, like the odds of pulling outside of step ups aren't non-existent, but they are super low. But yeah, let's take a look at the step ups a bit. Like I said, it will be 2 parts, and we look at the legends on each part in a bit. Let's just focus on the step ups, and the thing that most people have been upset about is the lack of a discount, and it's just stupid. Bandai should know by now that the discount on the first multi is very important for global players. If you take it away from them, they will scream very loudly, and so they have. What I don't understand is that people don't complain as much about the removal of one game multis. That's a way bigger deal. One game multis has probably been the biggest game changer, together with the new system. Like, those two together have just made so many more Sugo Fests high quality, at least in my opinion. So removing both really leaves a sour taste in your mouth. I want to note though that the 5th multi is an all-red multi, so it's the 10th and 15th, but yeah, let's keep it to the early steps for this analysis. And I will say that if you lack a lot of legends, especially the selected among the selected ones on each part, then doing 6 multis will probably be pretty worth it. Like, all red multi is still an all red multi. They get worse and worse since we still have Legend Lucy as a baseline. So we just keep adding legends on top of him. So there's a big... The pool gets bigger and bigger for the all red multi. But like let's assume that the rates will be lower, like in the old system. You still have the 5th multi, which is all red. So even if the rates for, say, Big Mom versus Kaido isn't as high as like French anniversary, if you can like take the rate for the fifth multi and split it up over all of the multis to get an average rate. And the average rate will probably end up being pretty decent. It's just that the chances of getting Big Mom versus Kaido before the fifth multi will probably be very low. And we also have to note that the sixth multi will be a selected, guaranteed selected legend. So we'll look at that list in a bit, but yeah, that's a good 1-2 punch. Like, those two multis in a row means that 6 multis will probably mean that if you're going for Big Mom versus Kaido in particular, will probably not be that horrible rate. You will probably have a decent chance to get them. But yeah, like personally, I was never going to pull on this. I will probably make another video about that in the coming days or weeks. But yeah, my focus at the moment is limited Sugos with limited units. Like this month coming up is going to be a gold mine with the TM Sugo and support Sugo and Kisno Sugo. A lot of good stuff coming. And I'm hoping to grab Big Mom vs. Kaido on one of those instead. But yeah, if you're mainly out for the legends, then this will probably be the place to pull. But yeah, let's take a bit look at the pool. And this is a picture made by Anlord, so thanks for that. And yeah, I have to give it to Bandai that at least the rate boosted units look okay. Like the selected pools look perfectly fine. Like part 2 looks pretty insane with all the Annie legends together. Like, we don't know race yet, so I doubt it's 50% chance of Big Mom vs. Kaido or one of the Annie legends, but yeah, it's still a decent chance to get one of them. Like, the more you miss off the selected pools on part 1 or part 2, the more worth it is to do 6 multis, really. It's just a shame that 6 multis in this Sugo is 300 gems, when usually you have the discount, and you have the 1 gem multi on multi 4, and it will be like 231 gems something, so that's of course a big difference. But yeah, it's not that awful. Like, I'm sure quite a few people will do 6 multis. Like, if you're newish, I'd even say that doing like 10 is fine. Like, you can split them up a bit. Like, all the multis are still super good for new players to just get a lot of different good stuff. But yeah, if you're like me, the less you lack, the less valuable it is. And yeah, this Sugo doesn't entice me at all, really. Like, I do want Big Mom vs. Kaido, not like I want all legends, but yeah, I'm not in a rush to get them. Like, we've seen on JP how much this Big Mom vs. Kaido has been spammed, and that's on JP. Like, Global always spams the attractive legends way more than JP does. So yeah, I'm sure by the time Ace versus Akino releases, I'll probably pull like 3 of them, even by skipping debut. So I see absolutely no reason to go ham on their debut. But yeah, all of you who do it, I wish you luck. I know this Suga's got a lot of crap on Reddit and other places, but it's honestly not that bad. It's just they haven't done a good enough job to make it enticing. It's like they decided that, okay, we brought back all red multis, so yeah, that's the only thing we're going to do about it, basically. But yeah, said, I think that the 6 first multis will probably be good value. The higher value, the more of the selected units you lack. So just look at how many of them you lack and how many gems you have. And I also urge you to consider like the limited units coming up. Like, we've never had a treasure map Sugo without the debut legend. And let's say we get a treasure map Sugo with Big Mom vs. Kaido on it. Like, I still very much doubt that they'll do high rate for them on the debuts, since it's the old system. I don't believe it will be a hybrid system, as some think. But in that case, the rates will probably be maybe even better on the TM Sugo, since it's the standard 0.5%. Like maybe in total, the first 6 multis will be able to rival that, depending on the rates. But yeah, that's just something to have in mind, and of course by pulling on the TM Sugo you can get units you never can get otherwise in the future outside of very special events. So yeah, I just want to put it out there. I'll talk more about limited units in another video. But yeah, I feel like I've said all I want now. So yeah, thanks for listening to me. See you next time.